Population 13,474. My town. I was born here, grew up here, and then I went away. Oh, my name is Vicky, Vicky Scott. There's the library. And the post office. And the high school, Riverton High. What a big part of my life that was. So many hopes and dreams. It seems only a few weeks since I was a senior. It was fun, the whole wonderful year. So many things to do, so much to plan for. The class banquet, the senior prom, graduation dresses, especially mine, and the commencement dance. All of it was wonderful. But I was scared, like everybody is, I guess, about the future. Until one day, Mr. Butler, our class counselor, called me to his office.
You scored high on management aptitude. That means you'd probably make a pretty good businesswoman.
Oh.
You show an artistic sense and a creative one. And you like to work with your hands.
Yes.
You'd be happiest working with people.
Oh, I know I would.
Vicky, the last time you were here, you said something about becoming a hairdresser.
Yes, I've thought about it. I haven't really looked into it much. But I have a feeling I'd like that sort of work.
It's not a surprising choice at all, Vicky, in terms of these aptitude scores. I think you'd make a very good hairdresser and be happy at it.
I think I would. I sure hope so.
Vicky, I suggest you talk to Mrs. Roberts. She runs that beauty shop on Elm Street. She's highly respected here in Riverton, and I'm certain she'd be very happy to answer any questions you may have, to tell you more about it.
Oh, I'd like to talk to her.
Good.
The last days of school were busy, and I knew what I was going to do. So I went to see Mrs. Roberts the first chance I got. She was wonderful, so friendly. She congratulated me on my choice of a career. Said she'd always been happy in her choice, and proud, too. She told me I'd have to take beauty culture courses at one of the top schools. They're located all over the country. It's kind of like going to college, only I'd start earning sooner. She told me of the things I'd learn in a cosmetology course. That's what it's called. Mrs. Roberts had a large staff. I guess she needed it. My, the shop looked busy. First, we saw the hairstylist, who was cutting and shaping. Shaping looked awfully hard to do, and I wondered if I could ever do it. Another operator was giving a permanent. It was interesting to see how she separated strands and wrapped them on curling rods. And I realized more than ever what training and experience it must take to know how to use one's hands. Manicures sound easy, but seeing one that day changed my mind. For the first time, I realized that there is a set pattern for giving a shampoo, and it's not the way I've been washing my hair. The operators were just as nice and friendly as Mrs. Roberts. Each one seemed interested to know that I had decided to become a cosmetologist, too. They all seemed to enjoy their work, and I was more determined than ever to go to school. She explained that frequent checking at the dryer avoids delaying the customers, and it's one of the details of a well-run shop. Mrs. Roberts let me look at her appointment book. Said I'd learn about appointment scheduling and shop management when I went to school. She gave me folders about the different schools and told me about the courses they offer. She asked me to call her when I'd made my decision, but of course I'd already made up my mind. I felt at home in the city from the very first. The school had arranged for me to live at a girls' club. It sounded interesting, and it was. The house was nice, and everyone was so friendly. My room turned out to be perfect. My roommate, Gail Sutton, was a very nice girl. She came from a big town near Riverton and was going to the same beauty school I was. Just like two girls starting college together, ready to learn, have fun, and make new friends. As soon as we were settled, we started out to see the city. And in those first few weeks, we went window shopping. We went to a famous place for lunch, and there was so much on the menu, we had a hard time making up our minds what to eat. Even meeting Leo was fun. And the theater, it was the first time I'd ever seen a real stage play. We'd seen the city from top to bottom and had a wonderful time. And even school was exciting and interesting because we knew that this is what we'd been waiting for. I'll never forget that very first day.
And there's one thing that I want you to know the first day you're here, and remember it each day. This career you've chosen of cosmetology offers opportunities unlimited. Cosmetology is the professional word for the study that makes you a hairdresser. It means the glorifying of women's natural beauty. Each of the many ways to do this is a matter of expert knowledge and talent. They include shaping and cutting hair, coloring, permanent waving, manicuring, to mention just a few. You may want to develop them all, or you may wish to specialize and work in one of the large cosmetic laboratories. In any case, you will be experts in cosmetics, hairstyling, and fashion. Yes, fashion, for cosmetology is fashion. Hairstyles must be as modern as the clothes and hats women wear. Milliners, dress designers, and you as cosmetologists all work together to transform the natural beauty of women into a vision of loveliness. Your artistry will be a vital part of the happiness of other human beings, so learn your lessons well. There are financial rewards for being a cosmetologist, rewards that few other professions can bring. The city of Detroit, for example, reported the annual income of beauty shops up 40% and called it the highest gain among all their businesses and industries. But beyond that, there is the immense reward of personal friendships with the people you serve.
Classes started right away. There's a lot more to professional pin curls than you'd ever think. But we had good instructors, and they gave us a lot of personal attention.
Remember, Vicky, the strands of your hair should be perfectly smooth, and each loop should go inside the previous loop. Now turn your curl over, ends underneath. That's it. Good. Now, I'll show you how I do.
We learned that posture and good grooming would be important to us in our work. We learned how to walk, to stand, even to talk. In a way, it was like a modeling course. I discovered that in giving a professional shampoo, it's important to see that the customer is comfortable with the shampoo sink. There's a trick to keeping water from running down the neck. We were taught that there are specific shampoos for different types of hair, and that it's important to choose the correct shampoo for best results. The operator must have a gentle but firm touch. to relax the customer and make her feel completely refreshed. Each one of us learned the correct way to use a dryer. We were taught to be neat and systematic in our work, to plan our procedure and follow through each operation in an orderly manner, having our equipment and supplies at our fingertips.
Well, how are we doing here?
Not so good.
Well, Vicky, bring your strand straight out from the scalp and center your curling rod directly between the two parts.
We learned to give manicures practicing on each other. There's an art to correctly handling nippers, scissors, files, and buffers, and it takes a steady hand to shape a nail evenly. Proper shaping keeps nails from splitting and breaking. A good manicure not only keeps the hands beautiful, but keeps them healthy, too. Classes were small, and we got a lot of individual attention. We learned hair tinting and coloring, not just how to do it, but also to advise the customer on correct shades, to select the shade to harmonize with the natural coloring of the customer's complexion and eyes. We learned just how to part the hair and apply the coloring professionally. Then, after tinting, comes neutralizing and shampooing excess color out of the hair, leaving the hair with a natural appearance. Oh, we had some beautiful heads, all right. Tinting is a complicated process, but with results like this, we could all work with confidence. Manufacturers sent in their famous stylists to show us the very latest in hair fashions and how to do them.
Remember that your basic hair cutting and hair shaping is one of the very important phases of the work you'll learn here. Without a proper haircut or shaping, it's practically impossible to do a truly professional type of work. By following the natural contour of the head, the result's going to be naturally becoming. Also on your parting, don't comb the hair straight down and cut. By sectioning the hair, you expose the natural contour of the head.
The girls all said how different and glamorous I looked, and I thought about how much happiness hairdressers can really bring to people. Of course, there was homework, too. But it wasn't all work. We had picnics, dates, lots of new friends. Some of the best times we had were when we should have been sleeping. We certainly never had a dull moment, and no time to get homesick. Everyone was so friendly. Then, before I knew it, the time had come for graduation.
You now have all the basic skills. Actual experience in the coming years will add finesse and confidence. As you go out into the business world, know that you are well equipped to get the most from it. Remember, as professional cosmetologists, you now have skills that other people do not have, and you have a responsibility to the profession as a licensed cosmetologist. Be constantly alert for changes. Join the National Cosmetologists Association for Professional Fraternity. There you will meet and learn to know all the foremost people in your field and keep up with the newest in hairstyling and cosmetology. Attend all the workshop clinics of the leading manufacturers. There, the great artists of this business will teach you the finest in hairstyling and fashion. As you do these things, you'll find yourselves rising in your professional careers, gaining not only financial rewards, but social rewards as well. Someday, I expect to see many of you managing your own shops.
This is to certify that Victoria's got... Oh, Gail, it doesn't seem possible.
Oh, I know. The time's gone so fast. Oh, you got a letter?
Oh, where is it?
Over there.
Gail, it's for Mrs. Roberts, you know, the beauty shop back home.
Oh, what's it say?
Dear Vicky, I recently spoke with the director of your school. She told me you were doing very well, were, in fact, one of her better pupils, and that you enjoy your work. I have an opening on my staff.
Oh, is that ever wonderful?
And if you're interested in coming back to Riverton...
Well, are you?
Oh, Gail, what do you think?
Well, I know what I'd do.
So, I've come home to Riverton. It's a new town for me, because I'm coming back a different person. Vicky Scott, cosmetologist. Sounds real professional. And someday, I'll have my own shop. Wonder what I'll call it. Victoria's, maybe? I know. I'll call it just plain Vicky's.